Magavanan Melanin, and welcome back. If you remember from one of our previous episodes, I explored wild edible plants and gathered some plants. One of the things that I identified was what we call pineapple weed, or a wild chamomile. Here's what I have. I gathered it and I dried it in my windowsill, and it looks like it's ready to go. So here's what the plan is. I'm going to make some tea out of it, and I'm going to compare it side by side with some commercially available chamomile tea and see how that works out. So let's get started. So okay, again, this has been drying in my windowsill for a couple of days. I'm going to take a pair of kitchen shears and trim off the stems. But first of all, let's look at the nomenclature here. Wild chamomile, or pineapple weed per se, is called Matrocardia discordia. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Commercially available chamomile, the typical cultivated chamomile, will have white petals on the flowers, and these do not. In fact, just about everything is green or some shade of green. There's no yellow, there's no white. So I'm pretty sure this is not one of the two commercially grown chamomiles. And those would be German chamomile, which is Matrocardia chamomila, and Roman chamomile, which is Chamomile nobile. So there's German chamomile and Roman chamomile. Those are the ones that you'd normally get in an herb shop and a natural food store for making tea out of. So German chamomile, again, is the same genus as pineapple weed. And they all seem to have the same effects. So it's, to some degree, it's academic, right? And I selected Celestial Seasonings brand chamomile because it seems to be, it's probably, at least in the States, it's probably the most widespread brand and the one that most people will get a hold of. However, nothing in the package says whether it's German chamomile or Roman chamomile. The official contents says ingredients chamomile. That's it. So it is what it is, I guess. So anyway, I'm going to start and go ahead and trim this, and I'm going to put it in this tea infuser and brew it for a few minutes and see how they both turn out to be. So okay, let's just make some room here. Cut this guy up. Looks like the scissors is not as helpful as just using, you know, the Mark I, Mark II hands. So I'm going to just go with what we were born with. Stripping these off. You know, I've discovered an easier way to remove the leaves and flowers from the stems. It's called magic. Okay, you ready? And here we go. The magic works. Separated into neat little piles of stems and loose tea. And so what I'm going to do is just drop it into here. It looks like a lot of material. Just totally fills that up. Hey, what the heck, it's all good. The way this fits over here is kind of neat. It's very just want to add, this is very fragrant. It's a relaxing scent in and of itself. Let's see if we get this right. Well, it just fits on tightly there. That's going to go in here. And that's right there. Now on the other hand, in this corner we have the commercial product. Well, the scent is quite different. I mean, it's not as strong smelling at all. This has a definite fruity smell to it. That's why I suppose they call it pineapple weed. And doesn't have that, I'm going to say herbal, get this out of the way, herbal grassy smell that chamomile normally has. The pineapple scent is really strong in this one. And I don't know about this. We'll find out. I'm going to get some hot water and put it to it. Be right back. And here we go. And let these steep for about 5 minutes. Then we'll come back and make some evaluations. And right there, it's been 5 minutes. Let's see how these guys are going to look. I'm anxious to do some testing here. So what shall I start with? I think I'll start with the commercially available chamomile familiar scent. It's again got that fruity smell, but it's very mild, thin, I would say. Not really strong at all. But that's chamomile tea. Now this one, I'm going to take out the ball infuser. And let's see what we got here. Not a really strong smell. It's not a really strong smell. And the flavor is a little different. It's got a sort of funky taste to it, but it's also a little bit fruitier and fuller than the commercial chamomile. Now, that extra taste may be from drying on my windowsill or something like that. It's hard to sort out the variables, but it's delicious. It's drinkable. It's pleasant. Nothing. There's no off flavors to it. It's not whiskey or something like that where it hits you in the face, but they're both very relaxing and pleasant brews. So let's see. I guess I'm gonna finish these off and see if I can take a nap afterwards. Anyway, that's wild chamomile. Again, I'm calling this pineapple weed, or Matrocaria discoidea. Feel free to try to hunt something like that up at home, at your place, in your neck of the woods. Try to make sure you have positive identification on it, and try it out yourself. See what you think. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Cheers.